The NFL is just a subset of this. This is it's nothing new. This is just the latest attack. It happens to be more intense than ever, and the leaders of this movement happen to be the august characters of Al Sharpton and the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Remember, both of these two hustlers quickly raced down to North Carolina, and they convicted the Duke lacrosse players. They were convinced the Duke lacrosse players were guilty as charged when the whole thing was a lie. That whole episode was based on a lie, and the media believed it. And you remember how outraged everybody was about it. And to this day, there have been no apologies. There have been no apologies from Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton or the faculty at Duke or anybody that jumped on that case and presumed because of a prejudice and bigotry that those white lacrosse players were guilty as charged. You didn't even need any evidence. It just fit the template. You had a poor black dancer struggling to stay afloat, being hired by a bunch of rich jocks to come over and perform at a party at midnight. Oh, yeah, it makes total sense that they would sexually abuse. Oh, yeah, we don't even have to question this. Women don't lie about these kinds of things. And we all know the result of this. And Sharpton and Jackson haven't said a word about it. They haven't been held to account, nor has anybody been held to account for spreading that lie. That was also an effort to destroy mainstream conservatism. That is what this Obama administration is about. That is what the Democrat Party is, of course, about. And, of course, now they all have allies in the media, which is sadly lost any dignity, character, and professionalism that it ever had. We have Al Sharpton, who made his bones rabble-rousing and promoting a hoax, which resulted in a policeman being sent to jail. Or that's Begonis? He was tried. The whole thing was a hoax, and Al Sharpton's credibility rises to the top. Al Sharpton belongs in this smear. It is a smear characterized by mischaracterization and lies. Now, Sharpton wasn't on the bus immediately when it started, but he certainly shoved the driver aside and is trying to drive the bus now, sharing duties with Jesse Jackson. By the way, Jaimes. I think Jesse Jackson called Jews in New York and called New York Jaime Town in a conversation with the Washington Post. These are the paragons of virtue that today's media rely on for source information, for characterization of other people's fitness. Sharpton Jackson, the perfect drivers of this bus that runs on the fuel of fabrication, emitting its noxious fumes all over the place, with a bouffant of righteous indignation and outrage while they're at the wheel. This is how Sharpton rose to fame with Tawana Brawley. People know him for what he is now, but that's not the point. Sharpton got himself a nice ride out of that episode. Sharpton's credibility was enhanced. He's now a go-to guy for a corrupt national media. There's a whole bunch of people that have tickets to ride with Sharpton on his bus and Jesse Jackson, and they're all of the same character. For some reason, it didn't occur to the state-controlled media to check the veracity of Sharpton's allegations. They just accept them. Yeah, I guess so, just like they accepted Mike Nifong and his allegations of rape at Duke University. Suddenly, the state-controlled media loses its journalistic character to hop on board with Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. Oh, yeah. Really a high point for the media. This time, the media are a party to a lie, a willing party to a lie, a series of lies, sitting in the front of the Sharpton smear bus, hosting him, interviewing him, promoting him. Nothing new here, folks. Jesse Jackson, too. Other less prominent people are hopping on and off that bus. Most of them are ignorant of the facts. Others are deceiving themselves out of prejudice. And those people are always going to be out there, and I know that. Some are going to learn the truth, others won't. It has always been this way. I don't care. Anybody can take me on about what I have said. I expect that, and I don't shy away from it. But to go after me about what I have not said shows the character of the people behind this smear. Otherwise, intelligent people believing these lies shows their character. The lack of curiosity on the part of people I have met, the lack of curiosity on the part of people I know to say, what? That doesn't sound like, that doesn't sound like Limbaugh. To just blanketly accept it shows the character of the people believing the smear. When the truth comes out, will it be too late? Yeah, for some things possibly, but the big picture, the pursuit of truth, is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And the truth always wins when it comes out. I know this for a fact. This is all not just about me. It's about every one of us and what kind of country we're going to have and the effort to discredit those who speak up for liberty, fairness, capitalism, freedom. Those of us who speak up pose the biggest threat to the left in this country today. Individualism, rugged individualism, this is not desired, it's not wanted. And so anybody who has the ability to speak up and be persuasive about it is going to be targeted for a smear and for destruction. So this is not about the National Football League. It's not about the St. Louis Rams. That's just a subset. This is the latest in a long line of attempts by the left to discredit any of us who believe what we believe. Sarah Palin, you got the list is as long as I wanted to make it. And I wanted to make sure that I thank you all for your support. And I wanted to make sure you understood that I know exactly what this is all about. And I want you to also understand I'm not even thinking of exiting. I'm not even thinking of caving. I am not a caver. None of us are. We have been betrayed by too many who have caved. Pioneers take the arrows. We are pioneers. It's a sad thing that our country, over 200 years old now, needs pioneers all over again, but we do. Quick time out. We'll be back after this. Stay with us.
America's most listened to talk radio host.